Rollerblading gang members that spray graffiti to show their expression to the city. We're playing Jet Set Radio Future. Right off the bat, guys, we got our versus mode and the actual game. It's not much options, but they included a versus mode, which you're gonna really need to have friends with, because when you play with the bots will suck. Way to warn you guys, these levels do appear in the story mode, and if you did not unlock them yet, you can still take a look at them. We got the few expos, some downtown sewer districts, and some of the better sites in the city. We got City Rush, that's basically your own rush through the city in a race. Ball hog, one of my personal favorites, where you hog the ball, you get a ball, you guys take it one lap from wherever you picked it up. Flag, you get the flags, basically. Capture the flag, but not in a good way. And Graffiti Wars, where you just spray your opponent until they give up, because it sucks to have graffiti on your back. Lastly, Tagger's Tag. You have to tag your opponent. Actually, let me get that straight. Graffiti Wars is the one where you tag the area. Let's jump into that one. That's pretty fun. Now, there's several characters you can get in this game, obviously. I'm starting on a new save file, just so you can see some of the earlier stuff. You can use your own graffiti if you need to. There's about over 20 characters, but most of them have the same stats as another character, so you're generally getting about maybe 12 real original characters. Okay, so this is a very small level. It's just a little box. There's a few levels to it underneath and on top, but it's very simple to get around with, and you're going to want to find these points. Oops. Or maybe some other points at this point. You want to defeat your opponent before he sprays all the locations that you want. And it's a graffiti game. You're on skates and you're spraying graffiti. It's a strange idea, and it really works well. I'm gonna get more to that later, but just for now, I'll just say you can enjoy the music, and it has a great soundtrack. It's all over the place. It has, no matter what your tastes are, you're gonna find something you enjoy. It has lots of Japanese songs. It has English. It has some rapping songs. It has some, rock. It just goes all over the place. Finally, you get these little power-ups. Let's hope you get something good. You get little bombs. Let's see what this guy is and try to throw these at him if I can find the sucker. This is our first-person mode to look around with. I found him. You can lock onto your opponent so that you won't really lose him like I am. Let's try to see if I can hit him from underneath. Nope, can't do it. In other options, we have the City Rush mode, where you can race against random opponents. They're all going to be very easy when you get down to it. Later on in the game, once you're good enough. So you're really going to want to find an opponent who's can challenge you, as I will say, because two-player mode can be fun, especially if you want to get 4 players going on this game who know how to play the game and know what to do. Otherwise, you're going to have opponents like this guy who's nowhere near me. So, like I said, the game has some great graphics. This is like the first one of the first companies that really put cell shading on the map, as you will. Even as an Xbox game, oops, messed up there. Even as an Xbox game, it already looks amazing. It's just like looking into a comic book at this point. And it has a lot of style to it. The character. And you gotta love how the gang members stay true to their form and just hit you and stay down the sidelines and watch you from afar. Try to hit this guy right back. Hey, buddy. Come back here. Next we have Ball Hog. like I said, you get the ball and keep it away from your opponent for one full lap from where you pick the ball up. I have a big character, so I can just knock her over when she gets it. I'm a little slow though. So I did not get the ball, but I'm going to get it back. All you have to do is knock him over to get the ball. And each character has their little stats where maybe he can grind a little easier. As you see, I just messed up. You can continue to do your little combos. It ups your score and helps you move faster and stuff like that. Some people have a bigger leeway with how much you need to be exact on your timing. My character is very bad at tricks, so I'm just gonna wait here so I can knock her over. And she knocks me over. That makes me lose all my manlyhood. Stand right here. Oh crap, she is fast. Anyway, I have a special ability right now. I can just run into her. Think of it like star power in Super Mario or something. And I am not faring too well. One thing I gotta say, guys, the problem with this sometimes is the game is way too easy. Even if you have an opponent to go against who's real, the person who's in the lead is most likely just gonna stay in the lead. Unless they make a real drastic mistake. And you can just play football with the game. You can just kind of mess around with them, turn this way, and kind of dodge him back and forth if you feel like it. See, he's ahead of me right now, and what is he gonna do? He's just gonna keep racing forward. I'm gonna throw the ball. I can throw the ball in this game. If I had a partner, they would pick the ball up, kind of like a little pass if you're in trouble. And it really works well. So like I said, it's gonna be a lot of fun if you actually do get a opponent. I just placed the bomb while I had the special ability on. Right now we're in the sewers. We're in the sewers, and it's not a nice place for a girl to be. Especially in this little skimpy outfit she's wearing. We're going to use our grind ability to try to speed up and get up to him right now. Some perfect timing going on here, huh? Oop, missed out. If I can just hit him. Ooh, he gets away. And we have flag, capturing the flag. It's not my type of game at all. You can also just kill your opponent if you feel like it, so it kind of defeats the purpose of this whole game. I could just run around and just try to kill her. So we're just rushing after the flags in this little area, and the flags are always in the same spot. It's a nice addition to the game, but it makes you feel like, what's the point? I can just memorize where to go and win pretty easily. Now we get the flag over here. All we need to do is get up. Oh, she's already over there. You can also just run around and just try to kill this person. You don't even need to go after the flags if you feel like it. Not the best game in the bunch. Finally, there's Tagger's Tag. And don't forget, people, you can play a lot of these games in a kind of Royal Rumble-ish type of four player, every man for himself. This game is just, you know, think of if you have any shooting games, think of Slayer, as you will, or Deathmatch. Right now, we just need to get up to our opponent and kill him. Like that. That was satisfying. We need to spray our spray paint on his back, or we can just kill him normally. It's just an all-out war. You can turn invisible, try to freak your opponent out, but he always knows where you are, and we don't know where he is, which is great. He just ran into his own bomb. This is not going to be a fun match. I just ran into my own bomb too. Okay, like I said, you know, these levels will appear in the normal game, so it's kind of spoil it for you to see this. But at the same time, it can help you maybe get a full idea of how the levels will progress, and it's really nice. These are some of the later sections in the game. It's really nice how they just designed all this. You can just do a non-stop spree of just grinding on the rails, and you never really have to stop. And you always feel like you're just swinging through the air, and just always compare it to like a Spider-Man game mixed with, you know, with speed like Sonic, because this is a Sega game, so it's gonna have some of that speed, that attitude, you know, and that originality, I feel. There's always something coming out of Sega that won't make a lot of money, but it will be original. Just like going upside down on skates like that. I don't know how that's possible. If you can send me a video of someone doing this in real life, you know, kudos to you, because that's just cartoony. Anyway, and I gotta say, this game just oozes personality. So you can pick your characters from this screen, and you get to see them just running around their little gang spot, hideout. As you try to pick them, they have their little stats, their stamina, how much graffiti they can hold, how fast they can accelerate, their cornering, how long they can grind, like easily or not, switching tricks up. And after you pick them, look, they even give you a little dance step, a little soft shoe. Look at that. It's great. It's just so, uniquely interesting. Even when you talk to someone, it makes it into like a little comic book scene. You start to wish that this was actually a comic book at that point. You can change the music in the area. You can talk to all your friends. They'll say something about this current storyline and how you need to get on the streets or something. Some of them are kind of mean. You can even chill in the garage and hit on the girls. It's a fun time. So this is our garage, where we chill between missions. We have a little... Well, I don't know why they would build a ramp like this, but it seems really dangerous. But when you can just vertically land like that, I don't think anything's really that dangerous for you. Let's take a quick look at the entire station. This is where everyone just hangs out. Later on in the game, you'll get more characters, and they'll all stay here and just dance around, and they'll slow your game down to a crawl because there's too much things going on. And this was for the Xbox. Even our dog will dance a little bit, hopefully. Yeah, this is the garage. This is where everything starts off. Your little home away from home, your home center. You can unlock things here. You can gain characters and etc. and run to other levels. This game is a very open world, so you can get from one city to another just by going around and either racing there or coming back to the main district and taking a little shortcut once everything opens up. And this is on the Xbox 360, and there is slow down. This game is known for its slowdown, and this is one of the biggest levels for slowdown itself. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's get the story straight. You start off by trying to join the GGs at their garage. The GGs is the name of their gang, and they mistake you for a pizza guy. Apparently, in the future, people deliver pizzas on jet-powered roller skates. And they have green hair. It's easy misunderstanding. So he's going to tell you to talk to his little friend, who will then proceed to tell you, in order to join our gang, you have to go do some training first. Guess what? I want you to jump. Yes, that's what they want you to do. They want you to jump. That's how. So after condescendingly talking to you for a while, they say you can join their 2 people, 3 people group and a dog. So basically the tutorial's over and they want to send you out in the streets to spray graffiti around the town, because somehow it shows their individuality, and Professor K, who's right here, decides it's the best way to show the city 1-4. I don't know. It's a good story, but I'm not going to get too into it. I don't want to spoil things. It's a few plot twists too, so you'll enjoy it for what it's worth. So, you and your group are pretty well known at this point. Later in the game, you get a big renowned fame. You have people who want to come after you because you're so popular and, the hottest gang. This is a different story from the last game. This is a sequel, or maybe a different path from the other game, another universe, to say the least. Because the main gang member in charge is different this time. So finally, a lot of the game's a big recreation of the old levels from the first game, but with the extra power of the Xbox, they were able to make the levels huge and, you know, just really improve on the overall gameplay itself. Of course, there's still the slowdown problems and the fact that later in the game it gets it gets a lot better. Early on, you're just going around spraying, but they start to add in parts where you get kidnapped, you have to save your partners and compete in death races and all these little things that really enhance the game. And you have to do little things like go around the entire level without touching the ground, doing tricks constantly for a certain amount of time and unlocking these graffiti souls, doing little things like hopping on the top of terminals, which sometimes I will admit does not function too well. It doesn't register. The tricks are very easy to do and great to pull off. It's not like Tony Hawk where you need a specific direction to press. The game kind of just does it for you, which is great. And you can just run through the town. It's a big open world. You can just go from one place to another. There are boss fights in this game, and they are pretty easy. Later on, they get a little confusing, but overall, it's pretty easy. The game's about 10 to 15 hours long, but you get to play a lot of different things and unlock characters later on. After you beat the game, it's like an open world to do whatever you want, and you can just run around with your characters and unlock them and you know, gain more out of the game if you want. I would say just go exploring. What's really nice is that they don't want you to slow down. They just want you to have fun. You're constantly just moving and spraying while you're moving. It has a lot of style in it, and it's a great game. I think everyone should pick it up. And if you like what you see, of course, I say pick it up. But I really highly recommend this one at this moment. It's just so much style in it, and it's just so overlooked so often that I really need to put it out there and say, you know, try this game out. I know you could probably enjoy it. Looks like we found a character. There we go. So we can talk to her and try to unlock her. But that's all I have to say, really. There's roller coaster levels. It just gets so expansive, and later on, the storyline just keeps getting better. There's other gang members and smaller gangs that try to stop you, and you figure out different things about them. I think you should give it a try. I highly recommend it. And as always, reviewcell.com. Support Sickle Cell Research. Yo-Yo's not too good with the women. They run away from him very often. Too bad.